Someone's come for a nutritious breakfast.
What?
Hello, my name is Boo. Let me finish. Booberry. My ghostly good blueberry-flavored cereal, Booberry, is part of this complete breakfast.
Boo to you, Blueberry.
Frankenberry's got strawberry-flavored marshmallows.
Count Chocula's got chocolate marshmallows.
But I've got blueberry-flavored marshmallows.
Frankenberry.
Count Chocula.
And Booberry.
Blueberry, my favorite monster cereal. And who doesn't love when it's that time of the year when you can see all the sugary monster mascots? We got Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Blueberry, Fruit Boo, Yummy Mummy, my second favorite, and the newest, Camel Creeper. But today we're focusing on just one, Blueberry, and the many toys and maybe one plush he has had over the years. But before we head into the merch, let's talk about Blueberry's history, but lightly. Blueberry was the first blueberry cereal and released in the year 1972, completing the trio of Count Chocula and Frankenberry, and expanded nationally in February of 1973. During the following years, blueberries and commercials and other types of advertisement with the other monsters competing or trying to convince you to buy their cereal. And obviously with the decades going further, Blueberry was subject to redesigns. And to clarify, he was not the only one subject to this. It was all for the monster cereals. At a point in time, he looked like something Butch Hartman would make, to looking like Casper, to some kind of 3D render, which went 2D, then to his original look for only limited edition cereals such as Cause, and then his most recent design is him as a pup in the Jim Henson Company. Now, the Blueberry cereal was available year-round up to the year of 2010, in which General Mills decided that they should be only sold for the Halloween/fall times of the year, and since has been true. Now, this is just a little skim through his history, not everything about him, as this is the video for the merch of him, toys and figures and plush, but there's another content creator, Lane, who went through his history, and his video will be in the description. But please keep watching me, I need it. Now, with that out the way, let's start with the figures. Now first I'm going to start with the Cause collab since I already mentioned it. This collaboration happened back in 2022. It was between Cause and General Mills for the monster cereal. The monsters that got the Cause treatment were Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Blueberry, and Fruit Boo. Each one has its own exclusive cereal box featuring the signature Cause aesthetic. Now Cause is mostly known for his statue or figures, whatever you want to call them, and this collaboration didn't disappoint. Well, kind of. We'll get into that later, but we got a Blueberry Cause. Now, I'm an action figure collector, not so much statues and this kind of stuff, but if I were to just pick one, it would be this one. It's simple, a great design, and still has the Cause aesthetic. You know, the little bone and the cross eyes. Yeah, but listen, why we didn't get Yummy Mummy? Like, come on, man, I don't know what he did to you, but hopefully we see a collaboration between General Mills and Cause, because personally, I would like to get Yummy Mummy. Also, each one brought a plastic mini toy. Mini. Yeah. Now before we keep it going on to the figures, I want to mention the bus. Now, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Blueberry in the year 2020 got something very special. Bus. No, not butts. Bus. A 3D portrait of the character. Yeah, butts. However, they were given a more realistic rendition on what they could look like in real life. These incredible busts were made by Carly Morse, I'm sorry if I mispronounced, and were given to the fans by going onto the General Mills Instagram and going to the post, liking, commenting, and doing the hashtag Monster Cereal Sweepstakes to enter. And honestly, this was a great idea, and I'm kind of sad that this doesn't happen as often. It was something really unique with a great design. Maybe they could do Yummy Mummy. Listen, I'm putting it out there. Now, moving on, we have the company with the most Blueberry merch out there. Funko. Now, Funko has made many products of Blueberry, and that obviously includes Funko Pops, which he has 5 different ones. A regular one, which has a glow chase, an SDCC metallic exclusive, and one with a bow, and one as the Blueberry cereal. But that's not all. There's also a Pez, a Mystery Mini, and 3 Funko sodas. Which is so stupid that they ended the line. But anyways, there's also 7 Wacky Wobblers, which was the collectible that Funko made before the pop. Now, it looks like the first Wacky Wobbler of Blueberry was during a cereal promotion, and you would send a card buying it with a proof of purchase, how Star Wars did with the figures. As for the honors, you probably bought it in stores, excluding the 2 Freddy Funko Blueberries that they were for SDCC, and maybe the Crystal Blueberry. I'm not sure about that one. That also goes for this Freddy Funko Blueberry figure and this SDCC Metallic Blocks Blueberry. On a line of figures that I love, but Andy like, bro, bring it back. Also, that's not the only Blocks Blueberry. There's also a normal one that goes for around $20. Also, I forgot to mention they also did a Wacky Wobbler of Blueberry in his car, as well as a Dorbs version on their Funko line that sadly ended, which on our Blueberry of the Dorbs was part of a 3-pack with Count Chocula and Frankenberry exclusive to Toy Tokyo in 2016. Yeah! But we're not done yet. Now, Funko actually made something that I think many do not know about. The Blueberry Bank. Yes, Funko made a piggy bank for Blueberry in 2001. But I don't think this is the only one out there, because there's an honor one with the copyright of 1975 and has a different paint job. So I'm guessing Funko bought this company or the mold or whatever and remade it in 2001. And that's where there's slight differences in the copyright of 1975. Which makes sense as Funko is known to buy companies and reproduce the molds that they left over as it would be considered new for a Funko product and the mold is already done and won't take much of a time and money to do. But if anybody knows more about this bank, that would be great. Such as the previous company behind it. If they were bought out by Funko, I couldn't find anything on it, but I could just pass and be blind. But there's now one more thing Funko that has made which confused me, and that is the Blueberry plushie. Now this plushie is great, nothing needs to be said, but from all my research, this is the only plushie of Blueberry, Jesus, the Google Doc says Blueberry exists. Now I'm not sure if I'm missing something. I put vintage, old, I put everything in the years about Blueberry, but the only plush that shows up is from Funko. So if anybody knows that this Blueberry is the only Blueberry plush that it has ever released, that'd be great. Because honestly, it can't be that Blueberry, one of the most prominent figures of General Mills, has only one plushie. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. But, sometimes that's how it goes. Characters just get one plushie and that's it. Moving on, we have Hot Wheels. Now, when it comes to collaborations, no one on God's green earth does it better than Hot Wheels. Come on, they did Hello Kitty, which, Jesus Christ, what did they even make? Anyways, Blueberry has 3 different Hot Wheels. A school busted, a Ford pickup, and a MIG rig. Which the fuck is that? I don't know. And I was surprised that he had 3 Hot Wheels and only 1 plush, but either way, they were very well executed. And I don't collect many Hot Wheels, just a few here and there, so I don't know if they were hard to get or chase as much as a super. Scalpers sure do love their supers. You act like it's a bad thing that I buy all the supers. It is the bad thing, Bob. You buy all the supers. Moving on, we have 2 figures of Blueberry from the company Kubrick. And honestly, brother, why are they so expensive? The regular one goes around $100. Which, why? I don't know what's a Kubrick. It looks like a bear brick, so I think that's what it is. Because no way one little guy is going to be so much if he was not tied to a luxury brand. But, it's a good figure. And before, continuing, we go to the final item. I want to show this Blueberry cereal toy, or multiple, just to say he has had cereal toys. I just want to clarify that. And this little goofy guy, which is known as Ripple. I think it's a Ripple. Okay, and lastly, for the final figure, we have Jada. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of Jada. Just look at the past uploads, you will get it. But Jesus, Jada has gone so hard for food mascots, and I'm so glad they didn't hold back for anything for Blueberry. And when watching this video, if you just want one figure, this has to be the one you pick up, hands down. It even glows in the dark, and there you have it. Every spooky, sweet, and slightly strange piece of Blueberry merch I could dig up, meaning toys and plushies, which it's not even plushies. There's only been one plush, which I call Bull. And whether you're a diehard collector or just love this ghostly Casper looking eye like I do, it's pretty clear that Blueberry has left his blue Dorito marks on the world of cereal collectibles. And hey, I know there's probably more out there, but I am a one-guy team being me, so I can't research every little thing, sadly. But that's where you come in, the viewer. If you have anything I missed, type it in the comments so I can do an update. That would be great. If you enjoyed this closely trip down merch lane, be sure to like and subscribe. Oh!
Evil Boxy Boo!
McQueen, I think that tree may have just been talking Vietnamese.
What is that?